All right, so here is our story for this week. The story's title is The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. All right, let's read about the author. Meet the author and illustrator. It took Peter H. Reynolds a year and a half to write The Dot. He named his character Vashti after a young girl he met at a coffee shop. Mr. Reynolds wrote Ish as a follow-up book to The Dot. All right, so as we're reading through this story, I want you, now we know the main character's name is Vashti, I want you to pay attention to Vashti throughout this story. How does she change? So, let's see, how does our main character Vashti change throughout this story? The Dot. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. So she thinks she can't do something. Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. There! Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, Now sign it. Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. Do you see how they made I can? And the next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn. Her dot! All framed in swirly gold. You see how they made her dot in big letters? I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. Did you know that blue and yellow mixed together makes green? Now you do. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. That is really cool. The school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Everyone was looking at it and like, wow, this looks amazing. What an artist. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. Oh, you're a really good artist. I wish I could draw, he said. I bet you can, said Vashti. Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. Show me. The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, Sign it. Isn't that so cool how she used what her teacher had taught her to help this little boy to feel the confidence that now she feels about her art. So remember, I told you at the very beginning that we needed to pay attention to how our main character, Vashti, changed throughout this story. So your assignment is to leave me a message. You can do a voice message, you can do a video, you can do a drawing, and you need to tell me, how did Vashti change throughout this story?